Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Rahmatika. My student number is 83202000061. And in this occasion, I want to make a final final assignment video from Mr. Fitri Kurniawan, argumentative speaking D, and right now I have two motions for discuss. The first motion is homework should be banned, and the second is junk food should be banned in schools. So happy watching and listening, and I hope you can understand my speech. So stay tuned. First motion. I'm not agree with this motion. Because with the homework, students can learn to manage time effectively and increase discipline. So, therefore, if homework to be banned, nothing guarantees students to socialize in the surrounding environment as expected. Students will still stay at home more, coupled with parents who are busy working and rarely at home. And so far, as long as students, of course, the code of homework must still exist. And regarding this, the homework really does not to be banned. It just has to stay in a reasonable stage. Because according to an article written by fingerspot.com, the general reason for giving homework is only two. The first is to repeat the material that has been given, so that students are helped in understanding the material they have received. The second purpose is as a preparation for students to receive new material, so that it is easier to catch the material that will be delivered by the teacher the next day. And thus, the questions given in the homework must also be in accordance with the intended purpose. As for the other reason, that is based on my experience, homework is more or less beneficial. One of which is when in class, it is usually a little difficult for me to understand the material. And I have for several reasons, such as sometimes noisy classes and boredom that keeps appearing. And therefore, with this homework, I find it helpful to understand what the discussion of the material, and the time to do homework for me is more efficient because I can focus and concentrate on knowing the material from the homework. Yeah. As for corroborating evidence that can support my argument regarding homework not to be banned, namely based on a published manuscript from Satya Rahananjayanti Sumekar, a student of PGSD UMS in 2015, she stated that based on the result of her research, she revealed that giving homework from the teacher is intended to increase students' learning motivation. And in her journal, she mentions from Pranata 2012 in her research concludes that seriousness of doing homework can train students responsible for the consequences. If you don't do your job. And as for other supporting data, based on the result of the thesis published by Leni Puspitasari, a student of PGSD UNI, in the year 2014, in her research, she stated that through giving homework, students can increase their activities. learning by repeating learning by repeating and strengthening the material provided in school, thereby able to improve student achievement. Homework is also used to students practice and reprocess project matter, organize thoughts in a chain, learn to divide their time well, learn efficient and effective study techniques. And the conclusion from my statement, both from my argument, reasoning, and evidence is homework does not need to be banned. It's just it's just that development of a task assignment system in needed so that it is not too burdensome for students. Schools can arrange to assign a quota of assignment in a week. So it is necessary to collect data on what assignment have been given. And homework is very important and has many benefits for students. Don't think homework is scary because if we can study homework well, we can train ourselves to be disciplined, critical, and not wasting time. The second motion is about junk food should be banned in schools. Yeah, I strongly agree with this motion because the World Health Organization or WHO has also made a ban not to sell and not to advertise fast food or junk food in school and playground areas. It aims to promote a healthy diet and prevent obesity in children. And the WHO ban on junk food advertising is directed at children to avoid foods high in saturated fat, sugar, or salt. But this ban is not to ask member states to consider the most effective approach to reducing junk food marketing. And according to WHO, there are about 43 million preschool children who are obese or overweight. Uh, and the World Health Organization also warns that 6 out of 10 deaths each year are caused by heart diseases, cancer, diabetes, and chronic lung disease. And the common factor of the four major diseases is poor diet. So that the conclusion is that children or ourselves are still allowed to eat junk food. It just has to be balanced with good nutrition and protein. And yeah, that's all from my speech, and I think that is enough. And I'm so sorry if there's any wrong, any mistake. Yeah, thank you, and Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you for your attention.